drugs. When the laws of entropy touch, you better judge. Wiser men than us been crushed to find dust. When a fortune cookie dummy unfucked, I just shrug.
A note like a broken electrical pole song. Put a done, put a scum of the circuitry on the run. Haven't seen the sun with the naked eye much. So the neon is my god and it shine on the numb. Hop up with the bike uncut, okay, ready. Work ain't been too steady, I'm headed for something heavy. If you got the credits, I'll pull the crime of the century. Morality's only a memory when belly's empty. Swine, get they high mind, focus on taking mine. Get in line, swine, you won't deny me my piece of pie. Any fucker in this broke future that they design, don't comply. I'll supply a deletion, the end is nigh.
I used to pray to God, but I think he took a vacation. Cause now the state of Cali is ran by these corporations. The skyscrapers shallow, the homeless, the population. The degradation they face, which should be an abomination. They body parts are stolen and sold to the richest patient. And we the mercenaries at war with the active agents. The legislators that work for the sadists that kill the babies. Would die in the back of a bullet built on Mercedes. Just to serve, murder them and the chauffeur. This humble herb, let my brain exit the herb. That's righteous, huh? Cyberpunk, holding a pump. Keanu Reeves, cyber arm under my sleeve. I blast them all, watch them fall like autumn leaves. Damn it, I can't leave. Night City keep calling me. God damn it, I'm a G. And this fuck shit is all it needs. Life a funky bitch, but this bitch ain't divorcing me.
Load up on guns and bring your friends. It's fun to lose and to pretend she's overboard and self-assured. Oh no, I know a dirty word. Hello.
Peter said Ethan Nordine was the undisputed leader of the group that day as they tried to prevent the peaceful transfer of power.
And FBI agents arrested Proud Boys former national chairman Enrique Tarrio at this home in Miami. By 2 this afternoon, he was in federal court.
Here we are now, entertain us. I feel stupid and contagious. Here we are now, entertain us. I feel stupid and contagious. Here we are now, entertain us.
All right, let me bring in Kim that joined in while we're doing the intro, and Patty. Welcome everybody to another episode of the News Brief. And today is, surprisingly, I didn't know this till I was typing in the title. It is December 1st, which is crazy. And it should be crazy to you, Barry, because it marks. I know that you were out before, but it marks 11 months. You know,
Yeah.
next month is going to be a year.
Yeah.
that I've
It's
that we've been pardoned.
Yeah.
and I've been out of prison.
Believe it or not, the 2 months in the halfway house sucked worse than prison at times.
Yeah, I hated it.
I believe that.
My
It was
halfway
worse.
house had like a no smoking policy. Like you had to smoke outside at certain times. So it was really tough on me. But welcome to the show, Barry, Patty, Rob, and Kim. Let's start with Rob. What's up, Rob?
Nothing, man. Just testing out the mobile rig.
Yeah, it's working out good. Your audio's a little choppy, but it's good. It's coming.
Yeah,
I mean,
of
it's
course.
5G,
Just 'cause I'm
so it's
using
going. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 5G, so you're gonna get those
using
dead
it.
spots.
But other than that, yeah, no. How was everybody's fucking Thanksgiving?
Oh man, it was great. My car smells like ham. I know I put that. I told you guys this morning. My car straight smells like I can't smell anything, and I smelled it.
Yeah,
I didn't see
I
that.
was going to say, what you're not telling them is your car smelled like ham before Thanksgiving. That's the part you're leaving out.
There's a black joke in there.
Definitely.
Kim, how was your Thanksgiving? And welcome to the show.
It was amazing. I got to make it for more than just our family for the first time in a long time.
Oh, good.
But I still made tremendously too much. I asked my local farmer. I only get from local farms. I asked him, okay, like when he was reserving turkeys for people, I was like, okay, I want like 2 medium-sized turkeys. Can I just get like a guess from somebody as to what a medium-sized turkey would weigh? Anyone? Just throw out.
18 pounds.
Okay, see, I assumed it would be more like 14 pounds. But
Yeah,
regardless, tell me why this man brought me a 17-pound and a 24-pound turkey.
I can't tell you. I'm not a turkey guy. And you know,
Well,
look,
it was a lot of turkey, and we didn't even carve the second turkey.
the most accurate position on Thanksgiving. I hadn't heard this. I hadn't even thought of this until JD Vance said it when he was talking to the
Right.
Marine during Thanksgiving. Turkey fucking sucks. There's nobody. I'm going to paraphrase here his words. Like, besides Thanksgiving, there's no time of the year where you go and you buy this 14, 18, 20-pound bird and you decide, you know what'll taste great? Fucking turkey, and put it in the fucking oven. I don't even think you could barbecue turkey. But
Totally
it is
could.
fucking disgusting.
It is. It
You
really
know,
is.
and a
Listen,
lot of
turkey
stuff.
is the same as chicken in the sense that it just tastes what you cook it, like what you cook it in. So if
Yeah,
you're shitty at cooking,
And
yeah.
like, look, I'm not a big sweet potato guy, but that's also not like a normal thing where you go, oh, let's go make.
Let's make some sweet
What are you
potatoes.
talking
Make some
about?
sweet
Potatoes
potato.
are fucking dope.
Sweet
Yeah,
potatoes
they're
are really good for
great,
you
but
too.
It's not like an everyday thing.
Oh, I eat sweet potatoes all the time, but that's just because my farm gives them to me in abundance.
They're really good for the prostate, FYI.
And
That's why I take them.
Yeah.
Also to be politically inclusive here, Patty, how was your National Indigenous Day?
Well, first of all, I would like to say that the reason that Kim got that big ass turkey is because she said, "What do I need?" and the dude looked at her. So
Oh, really? I
that's
was
why-
wondering. I had a timer going for how long it would take for you to make a really
A fat
bad joke
Yeah.
about me being fat, but
No, it was.
it wasn't very long at all.
I
that's
gotta
why
be honest though.
I think I draw the line in my misogyny on calling pregnant
No.
women fat.
No, I'm sorry. Look, I'm Team Kim all the way, but at the same time, you got to give credit where credit due. And Patty calling a pregnant chick fat, that's pretty fucking base, bro.
Hey, look, Kim is not normally fat, but right now she is. So we'll
Yeah, you might as
up
well
with it.
tear her down and exploit her. I get it. No, totally.
Kim is not normally a fat girl, but right now she's fat because she's pregnant. And I think we should be able.
This is definitely the hard-hitting news that they come here for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rob,
Patty's still a
I'm
prick.
guessing-
More at 10.
Rob, I'm guessing that you cooked a pretty cool animal on the grill for Thanksgiving. You know, I feel like you like went in your backyard and slaughtered a deer and hung it.
Well, that was last year. This year, I actually did a pretty normal Thanksgiving. I had my daughter, who's right back here right now, for Thanksgiving, and just kept it traditional. I went over to my my son's grandparents' house, not my parents, my son's grandparents, and I did do something fun though. I got to shoot an FRT on my range, and holy shit, those things are a lot of fun. Holy fucking shit, they're a lot of fucking fun.
Yeah, I figured you'd
So I
do
did.
like some
I
guns.
Oh yeah.
or-
There was definite fucking freedom seeds all morning from like 8 to noon.
Yeah, I can't even get close to one of those things right now.
Not legally, no.
Not legally, no. Actually, with the Supreme Court, we've talked about it before, but the Supreme Court, we're waiting on a ruling right now for non-violent felons to get their
Yeah,
gun rights
yeah,
back. So
Yeah, that's actually gonna. That it looks like it's gonna go through because I have a couple of people that I talked to at GOA and fucking FPC, and that looks like a good one. And then we
That's
just
really
had
cool.
another ruling. We just had another ruling from another judge that says ARs aren't protected fucking arms, which completely throws off what's going on in the Supreme Court with the assault rifle ban. Fucking ridiculous.
Are
bullshit.
cannons considered firearms? Can you own a cannon?
Yes, you can own a cannon. Absolutely.
You sure?
That'll
can.
be fucking kind of freaky. Like somebody's trying to break into your house and your windows just fucking come down and like the fucking barrel of this giant fucking cannon.
I would need a disclaimer to give me at least 10 minutes of prep time of loading the fucking giant ball in there, packing it with powder and lighting the fuse.
You just
But if
gotta
you
keep
stand there for 10 minutes, buddy, you're fucking gone.
You just gotta keep it dry.
Can't you just keep it loaded and do the rest of that later?
No, the powder will get moisture in it and it won't light.
No, I don't mean with the powder. Couldn't you just put the projectile in it and then?
No, powder goes in first, Kim. Do you women know anything about guns?
No,
oh
I
my
don't.
God.
I'm in my kitchen.
So stupid.
Powder,
So
the
women are
wad,
stupid.
The ball, and then you light it.
All right, so let's get into news before we start losing some viewers here about our Thanksgiving. So I've been out of the ball game for about 4 or 5 days. I'm not going to say where I was, but surprisingly, when I got back into reception,
Hialeah with a bunch of chongas.
Gross.
I take a look. This was this morning, and I take a look and I see a tweet from the president saying that the airspace over Venezuela has been officially shut down.
Wow.
I don't know, and I know that it was a tweet from like last week, at the end of last week. But can somebody update me on what the fuck is going on right now?
Well, I learned things like you learned in reverse. When I don't learn it from Trump's tweet, I learned from liberals everywhere, all over the place, crying about it. And then I learned, okay, Trump did something that took a set of balls to do, and here we go. So it does seem like there was a mandate put out. Basically, Maduro stepped the fuck down. Like that. That's basically what it said. I'm pretty sure he said no.
Well, no,
And-
I guess what you're saying, Barry, just for clarity, is that's what President Trump is trying to do with this.
Yeah,
Yes,
not that
it's a
he
regime
stepped down.
change.
Okay.
It's a regime change, and they position themselves, as you already know. We've reported on all over the place. We've got battleships in there. We've got crews and shit like that.
I gotta take this.
Okay, and that's what's going on. And now he just said it's a no-fly zone. So I guess the argument, and Patty, Rob, tell me what you think. I guess the argument here would be, does he have the right to do that? And is this an act of war? What do you say? Well, Patty, we know what you're going to say.
Okay, well, first of all, yes, he does have the right to do what he wants with the military. Yep. But the point that we should be really clear about, is that to put a no-fly zone, he has to actually put air power over Venezuela. To do that, we have to do more than what we're doing. And I don't think we're doing that, right? You have to actually have the whole country surrounded. It's difficult to do it, we haven't done it. So it's just bullshit. It's just a tweet. It's nonsense.
But
it's a silliness.
Doesn't it seem like he's posturing to kind of end a war without firing a single shot kind of situation.
He's trying to start a war without firing a single shot.
That's I guess tomato. Democrats, the glass is always half empty. Essentially, we just said the
I'm
same
gonna
thing.
call
You
it a
just
tomato,
said
you
you just
fucking
said it.
asshole.
And nobody, you know what? That's a great point because nobody ever does say tomato. You've never gone to a fucking restaurant and say, "Yo, I want a tomato."
I want a
with my
tomato.
BLT.
No, how do you know I had?
You know,
he probably would.
When I said this,
He
when
will
I
go
said,
to his grave with
I
this. It
said
doesn't
this
matter.
the other day, and you just proved my point. Patty will suck a dick, not because he's gay, just to prove he's liberal and tolerant.
No, I'm saying I think this is silly. This is not actually starting a war, but it's the facade of starting a war, and I think that's what this asshole does. He pretends to do things without actually doing them, and this
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
So
no! Don't
wait,
even
I
start,
must have
kid.
missed this
I'm
part.
fighting that kid. Don't
Is
even
this in
start.
effect?
Barry's my trainer.
Is this
Don't
in
even
effect?
give me that shit.
Is the no-fly zone in effect?
No, it's not. It's not because he hasn't deployed the military in the way that you would have to deploy
So
the military.
he just said it and hasn't done anything to back it up yet, is what you're saying.
That's exactly right.
Well, Patty did put it pretty good. He's basically postured. He hasn't put the assets over there to even designate and create
or
a
the
no-fly
ass hat.
list.
Not even.
Well,
the
I mean,
ass
if
hat.
he says, well, isn't it some? See, I don't know. Maybe somebody else does, but if he says Venezuela's a no-fly zone, that means no commercial
Hey
or
guys,
passenger planes from America going into Venezuela.
hey,
That's true.
Let me
You
share
don't you don't need military for that. So if they need supplies, if they need, anything, Trump says no, you can't. If you're an American company, you can't fly your plane into Venezuela. If you do, you're fucking screwed.
Okay, so
I just squeeze them.
I just logged into FlightAware. There might be some fear.
Yeah,
there might be some fear.
Look at that.
Okay,
that's live. That's pretty much live, right?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's certain parts of Venezuela that are not habitable.
Nobody wants to fly into southern Venezuela. Like
nobody should ever want to fly into Venezuela.
Yeah, but look, you can see flights.
Private jet.
Yeah, man, come on, man. That's
commercial.
Exactly what it normally
is that cargo?
Like.
Yeah. Guessing that's cargo.
Well,
where is?
Some people got the message, obviously.
There is one
driving, but
this is a commercial flight, and this is a private jet. This is live. I mean, you could see how Colombia is taking this. You see how Brazil is, and there is pretty much a zero go zone right there. And obviously, as opposed to, look at these crazy motherfuckers flying from Miami all the way down to.
This is also
Guyana.
a diagram of where I got TTs.
Well, look. Maybe he doesn't even. Something that we've seen with Trump before is maybe he doesn't even have to enforce this, right? Maybe he just says it, and it happens. So I just want to go around the panel. Is this something you support, Barry?
Yes, it is. If we get into a full blown war, no, I do not support that at all. Okay, so if that was what your question is, then no, I don't. I don't support boots on the ground.
I think some people might find my answer surprising, but let's go. Rob, what's up?
I support it 100%. I mean, if he can do this and put the pressure on without sending our troops over there, without anybody dying, I'm all for that 100%.
Okay, Kim.
Yeah, I would definitely say I'm on the side of no troops, but we'll see.
Okay, Patty.
Yeah, I don't support video game wars, which is what is going to happen here, and you guys are all going to swallow it because you're fucking in a cult.
Yeah, he's been frozen for.
Wow. He is frozen. He is frozen in the best way possible. Too.
No, but you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Everybody
Like
can
he's
hear you.
sucking dick.
No, you're going to support a video game war because you guys don't. It's bullshit. This whole thing is nonsense, and you'll support it because you're in a fucking cult. That's the way it is.
Well,
here
wait,
we go with
no.
this
Let me give my position.
You're gonna prove it,
which actually should come to a surprise to nobody. I fully support this. Right, I am a person that I don't like foreign wars. and I'm completely against foreign wars, and I don't consider this a foreign war.
Yeah, as long as we play it like Super Mario Brothers, and then it's fine.
I don't support regime change, like CIA regime change.
Oh, get out.
But when it comes to the Western Hemisphere, I believe that I'm a big believer in conquest, and I think that we should.
You want
here-
empire?
Yeah, I would love the American empire to span
Oh my Lord.
South America and North
That's
America.
I thought we were very clear about that. I don't know why this is a
I am not a non-interventionist. Especially, I want no dealings in anywhere on the Eastern Hemisphere, but on the Western Hemisphere, we have this great piece of geography that I think that we should own. Right? I believe that one way or another, I think that this needs to happen. This started in the 20s, as a matter of fact. It's an extreme version. My views on foreign policy when it comes to the Western Hemisphere is an extreme version of President Monroe's Monroe Doctrine, right? And I believe that if a foreign entity were to come in anywhere in South or North America or Central America, which is like a weird little region that I don't believe exists, I believe that we should do everything in our power to stop any foreign influence. And you have two red pockets. You have two major red pockets right here, and that's Cuba and Venezuela. And I think that they should be obliterated if they continue to work with China, which is what we're seeing with Venezuela do, and the Russians.
Brazil.
Right?
Brazil is
right.
heavily
But I
influenced.
also think, I take a very stark
Cuban
position
Reagan shit
to
right
kind of
there, like, right.
to
I know what
kind
you're
of.
talking about.
So here's one thing that people can't complain about. People that support Ukraine, I find it kind of stupid that they don't support this action in Venezuela, right? Because then, like, if we're doing it, right, if we're doing it to Russia with Ukraine by proxy, wouldn't Russia be allowed to do this in our own backyard with Venezuela? Right?
I mean,
That's why we need to draw a line.
They're setting all the precursors to do that.
Yeah. Like
You're
Ukraine-
a CIA fucking regime change guy, aren't you?
I don't like the CIA regime change thing because I think
Oh,
not
you
because of anything.
definitely
I just
do.
think it never works.
Oh,
I think
well, why
I
do
think
you-
it has a short lifespan. I believe, right?
My God, I didn't think this about you before, but
I'm a war hawk, baby. I'm a war hawk.
Christ Almighty!
Yeah.
that is some funky shit right there.
Why do
heard
you
talk
why do
that
you
way.
just no? I have said this on the podcast before. When it comes to the Western Hemisphere, I think all bets are off.
Oh, he absolutely has said that quite a few times.
Yeah, I believe all bets are off when it comes to like our region, right? Because I believe that we have this new warfare that you're right, Patty. It's a bunch of 18-year-old, 24-year-olds in front of a screen, probably in the middle of Virginia, right? Some of them in Langley, right? With an Xbox controller. They're fucking sitting there doing what we're doing right now and just pulling this right trigger and launching a fucking strike.
Oh my God. You want to swipe right and kill,
I don't
thousands of people.
I don't want to kill the people of Venezuela, but I do think the government
Sensationalist
needs,
nonsense.
It's
I think
ridiculous.
the government
It really is.
needs to be taken up.
I agree. I mean, it's why are we pretending like that the Venezuelan bullshit and the drug trafficking and Maduro's involvement in it isn't affecting Americans? Why are we acting like the Maduro has bad intentions for our country and he's in our own backyard? I mean,
think it's a threat to national security. Which
Yeah, so is Mexico.
That's
so
reasonable.
but when you have
Yeah, for
Democrats,
very similar reasons.
Patty might find that line a little bit much.
and since Patty hates America so much, like the rest of the Democrat Party, he can just go live in fucking
Well, look,
Venezuela.
I don't want to. I can't shit on Patty for this because
I'll do it.
He has at least when it comes to foreign policy, he does have a consistent view. And this lines
very
up
consistent.
with his view. But I also look. I when I was in prison in FTC Miami, my next door, the cell next to me, the person in there, and maybe some people that are familiar with Venezuela know who this is. Alex Saab, right? Which was pretty much the finance minister of Venezuela, was next door. And he's a communist. He's an open communist. And obviously I'm an open fucking right winger. and we would go down to. He would come down every fucking day, like I did, to go see our paralegals. Funny as it may be, he would just change paralegals, and the tits would get bigger. Right. So they would his lawyer would just hire these hot paralegals. But regardless of the fact, like we sat and we talked and we knew that we were opposed. We had these giant opposing views where he thinks Venezuela should fucking take out the United States and the United States should take out Venezuela. And there was like this mutual respect between us and be like, look, we both agree. Now who's going to win this war? And the numbers don't lie. I saw a video this morning that showed the numbers, and they're ranked pretty much on everything as far as equipment and personnel goes. They're ranked about anywhere between mid 40s to high 50s when it comes to their equipment, whether it's HIMARS vehicles, submarines.
Yeah, they'll get stomped.
0 aircraft carriers. They were talking about drones with missile systems attached to them. I mean, the numbers are staggering. You're talking about military budget. Our military budget is the GDP of probably almost every fucking country.
Yeah, but you
in
could
South
say
America.
the same thing about Vietnam. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not necessarily that we're going to lose a battle. We won't. But can you win a war? Yeah, I guess if you want to have it go on for 20 years, but let's not do that. Let's not get involved in this bullshit.
So
you know?
what do you think?
Vietnam is vastly different than what would happen in Venezuela today.
It is different,
Yeah,
but
with the weapon
what
systems,
happened in 65, 66, 67, up to 74, the type of technology that we have today, we lost because we didn't know the fucking terrain. And today,
Well, Rob, we never
down to
lost
the
a
fucking
single.
inch.
Rob, what I'm saying is we never lost a single battle in Vietnam, but we lost the war because we got sick of it, you know, and we will get sick of this if we engage in it, and we shouldn't.
Well,
You-
I mean,
you might
look,
be-
dude, we can't have something. We can't have the Middle East part 2. You know, we can't go fucking 20 years in a war that we really didn't fucking win, and then you know, Joe Biden giving all of our fucking, you know, $800 fucking plus million worth of, you know, shit to the enemy that we've been trying to kill for 20 fucking
We
years.
don't need
You have-
to mess around with Venezuela.
If we did go in, we would need to go in, take out Maduro, and take control.
We don't need to do that. Like we
Yeah,
just
I said
don't.
if.
So-
I said if. No, I'm not talking about a protracted war, Patty. I'm saying that we can't have a protracted war like we did in the Middle East and like we did in fucking Vietnam. We would have to go in, kill this motherfucker quick, take it over. If we did that,
Or
you know,
exile.
you're
Long-term-
making
a
the
long-term
exact
battle would be
same
stupid.
fucking. You're making the same argument that we made about Saddam. Like, we'll just kill him and it'll be over.
I
Well,
have a
Saddam-
different.
killing Saddam completely fucking.
It's the same thing as what you're
destroyed
saying.
the
right
Middle
now.
East.
Not-
He had control over the fucking Middle East.
Oh my god,
Patty.
I'm listening to the same goddamn argument,
Patty.
that I was listening
No, I
to.
wasn't for
25
killing
years.
Saddam Hussein, dude.
So I kind of side with you on this. It's an all or nothing strategy when it comes to Venezuela, right?
Yeah.
I think that if all we do is, you know, take out or exile high-ranking government officials,
Who was before Maduro?
Chavez.
Okay, if we killed Chavez, do you think that Maduro wouldn't have taken?
I think you destabilize. If you take it out Chavez, I think you destabilize the region and they go into
if we
civil
kill
war
Maduro,
for the next
you know
20
who's
years.
going to pop up? It's the same in Cuba. If we kill, you know, there'll always be another one, man. Like this.
There's always a
God,
there's
it's
oh,
just
yeah,
so silly.
look. I am not disagreeing with you there, Patty. That's why I think the all or nothing strategy works.
Yeah,
you
wanna
either have
take
two
over
choices.
All of Western civilization is what you're saying.
It's
Take over
whack-a-mole, and
control.
it's like
Yeah.
playing whack-a-mole in that part of the.
You either
world is
destabilize the
not gonna
region for
work.
the next 25 to 30 years,
Yeah,
right? By
I
doing
think
this,
I think it'll
And
go on for the next 100 years.
it might. You might be right. It might go on for more than 25 or 30 years, or you.
This gives me.
This is my dream. I know it's not reality. I know it's not going to happen.
Did
My
you just say
dream
that gives you
is
agita? Is that what you-
Walmart.
Patty?
Walmart's in Caracas, okay? Chick-fil-A's in Bogota. Well, I was going to say Bogota. Now I'm fucking going into Colombia. but
Whataburger.
Whataburger, right? And I want to add a star to that flag, right? I believe that if you go in and you decide to put troops, human lives, American lives at risk, you should take something from it. I'm big on wars of conquest. I think that the world would be a much better place if we were to do that.
Why don't you go and fucking?
I'd sign up
enlist?
if you tell me. I'd
Enlist
sign
them.
up in a minute.
Yeah,
Right? You fucking
balls.
get the department, the United
would
States
not.
Department of the Proud Boys, and you send them into Venezuela, right?
Yeah,
and the first thing we're gonna hit is the fucking the drug houses.
I think
war is about the
dis-
supply.
I
It's
seriously,
about the supply
seriously.
line.
We are gonna
I
party
think
our ass off.
you would be an unbelievable fuck up in boot camp. I would love to see you. I would love to see you attempt that because it would be hilarious.
The supply line is the most important thing when in the war, right? You got to feed troops.
Yeah,
wars are fought through the stomach, right? And I believe that if you fucking airdrop a whole bunch of Proud Boys, right over the,
I would like to
drug
airdrop
fields,
you into several war zones.
you would probably see fucking Enrique Tarrio, the governor of the 51st state of Venezuela. Right? You would definitely see that.
But the minute he were to step foot out of that country, 22 years in prison.
Yeah. I would never leave.
No, they double it.
I take all the men out and send them back to Florida, and it's just a country full of Venezuelan women.
And a side note, don't think we forgive you for what you did to Pinochet, Great Britain.
Yeah, that's another thing, right?
They did that.
They did.
Valid
They
point.
did that.
They
Valid
invited
point.
him.
They kind of like sucked the soul out of him by doing that. They
Yeah.
didn't really get to arrest him.
Yeah.
but they sucked the soul out of him.
There
Once
was,
he had
And they
been
did it in
pardoned,
such a sneaky way.
and he was actually a sitting member of the cabinet there.
Yeah. So
there was a movie about Pinochet that I just saw recently. I think it was like last year. It was on fucking Netflix.
was
Actually
it
really good?
Was it the funny one?
No.
He's a vampire. Have you seen that?
No.
Dude, it is the
No,
best.
no, this
Get
was
on
like the
Netflix.
actual
Listen, if you
story
still
of
have a
Pinochet,
Netflix
dude.
subscription, get on there. It's called El Conde, right? And basically, it's like an alternate reality where I was going to say Che, where Pinochet is a vampire, right? He's like secretly a vampire, and
it's like Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
yeah. But this one's like more. It has like
Even cheesier.
like an old, like Dracula kind of feel, like an old, like the book.
Pinochet's Dracula.
Yeah, it's great. It's called like Conde, but the documentary you're talking about, it's really good too. And there's a what's that called? Not a mockumentary. It's like a movie about his life, and they get a really good fucking actor to play him. He's very strong.
Yeah, that's what I'm
character.
talking. That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. That's what I saw. I didn't see the documentary. I saw the
Yeah.
fucking.
That's really good. That's a really
Yeah.
good piece and very,
Yeah, it
very,
was.
very accurate. And as a matter of fact, on the NBLE podcast, I had Francisco Pinochet on the show, and we talked about his uncle because he's the nephew, and he lives in. Well, at that time, I'm trying to get him back on the show, but he lives in Alabama.
That makes sense.
Yeah, he went into exile. Like his part of the family went into exile and left to the United States. And he now lives in Alabama. Okay, anything else on this topic before we move on? So I want to talk about this because I haven't been able to consume the news in the past 4 days. Whoever thinks that they have the most information on this, the shooting of the National Guard in DC. I know one passed away.
Yeah.
What's
A
going
couple
on?
passed
with the-
away.
The girl passed away. She was 20 years old, and there's a young man. He's 24. It's Andrew is his name. I did my show on Friday on it, dude. This is, and then the same Afghani that came in under Biden's program for refugees. Another one that came in under that in Texas was arrested because he was going to bomb a military
I saw that.
facility in
saw
fucking
that.
Fort Worth, dude. If it is the truth is that Islam is not compatible with Western civilization. Islam is diametrically opposed to American values and American exceptionalism and Western civilization. We need to pack them the fuck up and get them the fuck out of our country. End of story.
So yeah, I saw a little bit of what went on. Again, I'm trying to catch up on everything. So I'm just like our listeners, I'm catching up on a lot of this stuff. Can you imagine, because I imagine they were just either on patrol or maybe like on a lunch break, and you're just walking down the street and you just hear the caps, right? I'm amazed that guy was alive.
Yeah, that they.
I'm amazed that I don't know what I would have done. I probably would have put my knee on him and just fucking. I wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah,
I'd take the sidearm out.
Yeah, or you just put your knee on your neck, grab a little bit of fentanyl, rub it on his lips, and just
Right.
sit there until he can't breathe anymore.
Enrique, you do
There
know
goes
that
the YouTube. All YouTubes are X right now. What'd you say, Rob? Rob?
I think you muted
Sorry.
himself.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
muted because she woke up.
Oh.
I'll try to get through this real quick. The National Guardsman that stopped the shooter stopped
Uh-huh.
him with a pocket knife because he wasn't fucking armed.
Oh, wow.
Did he at least stab him?
Yeah, that's right. They're not armed. Some of them aren't. I did see a National Guard, a member of the National Guard pull a pistol out, but I don't know where that came from. But I think most of them roaming the streets don't have firearms.
That makes sense. One of the armed population, illegally armed population.
And I saw some controversy here on a post this morning. Did this guy come in through the Biden administration or through the Trump administration?
He came in through the Biden administration, but he was given
His green card
asylum.
in April.
Yeah,
of
through
25.
the Trump administration.
Which gives you, I saw people blaming Trump. They're like, oh, well, he let him in.
No,
and I saw a lot of liberals doing that.
No, I'm not blaming anybody. Look, here's the thing. I'm blaming the CIA, right? He worked for the CIA during his time in Afghanistan, right? He was part of what's called the Zero Unit, right? Zero Units were guys who did night raids, who murdered people, who killed extrajudiciously, killed people, and then we let them in the country, which we should not have. So the CIA is responsible for this bullshit. You can cut it however you want, but it's really not political. It's the CIA, right? And we should disband that organization. We should kill the CIA, not necessarily one person or two people. We should just not have Central Intelligence because it is awful.
It's
And
been weaponized.
this is what happens when you have an organization like the CIA. This is not dissimilar to the Nazis. Like, I mean, this is really what it is, man. This is what happens when you have a fucked up organization like this. This is what happens.
I believe,
and I feel awful for that family.
I think you hit the nail on the head there when it comes to the CIA. Everything that we're looking at from every major problem comes with involves the CIA, right? Yeah. You talk about the Iraq War, you talk about Afghanistan, the Mujahideen,
exactly.
Right? It all stems from these, because back in the 80s, I mean, you saw it in the Rambo movie at the end. They praise the Mujahideen. Sure. And what ends up happening is it starts, and I don't even think it starts with good intentions. It starts with emotional intentions. Like the people are like, yeah, let's stop the Russians from invading Afghanistan, and everybody jumps on board because it sounds great. You've demonized the Russians, the Soviets at the time. I'm sorry. You demonize the Soviets so much that you go ahead and you pay and train these rebel fighters, and then the rebel fighters, we find out
bomb
I
New
have
York.
questions. I do have,
Yeah.
I do have questions on the official narrative of 9/11. But at the end of the day, what you saw is
The
you
Jews.
continuously ISIS. ISIS was created basically by the CIA,
Sure.
right?
Yep.
And then now, fast forward, this situation again attributed to the CIA, and I don't understand why. I don't ever want to use the British government as an example, but MI6, right? They shouldn't have MI5, right? I don't understand why they have MI5. It's military intelligence, right? It's an attaché to the military. I think that the CIA could be abolished, and military intelligence could be could absorb this. I don't think it should be in nature. I think people distrust it. And what happens when you distrust? When your brand is all fucked up, you do away with the brand. You rebrand. I'm not saying that the new one will be the new CIA ran by the military might be any better, but in theory, it could be absorbed because that's what it is. The CIA gets these intelligence reports. They give it to the military, or they send their CIA kill teams, right, which are comprised of operators
and ex-military
or current military.
Yeah,
they are in a lot of cases they do both.
Yep.
So I think you hit the nail on the head here, Patty. I think it's at fault if we want to blame something besides the individual, because you got to blame the individual as a first priority. You blame the CIA.
Patty, just don't get too ahead of yourself. You're still a fucking retarded liberal, though.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, except
and it looks like he's agreeing to.
Well, what I will say is that there's a movie about the CIA where a character says, you know why they don't say the CIA, they just say CIA, is because nobody says the God, they just say God, right? So like this is we have to disband this organization. Like we have to get rid of it.
That's a pretty prolific statement there, Patty.
Yeah,
you can't just FOIA. You can't just
no,
FOIA
seriously. I mean, it's not my statement.
I'm just saying. I agree with you. That's pretty prolific and pretty telling of how the CIA thinks of themselves.
Yeah. And how easy is it? Somebody wrote, the CIA is infiltrated. How easy is it to get one of these jobs and then get on one of these payrolls and hide?
You should ask Tucker Carlson.
Look, I'm watching
That's his dad.
I'm watching the show on Apple Plus. It's called The Last Frontier. If you guys get a chance to watch it, watch it. It's about the CIA and the shit that they pull and some of the bullshit that they've done, where they infect airplanes with fucking viruses to take fucking airplanes down.
Yeah,
it's a dope show. Check it out.
Yeah, you see it. You see it with DARPA too.
Yep.
You see all these advanced
HARP satellites, my friend. We can't say HARP. Everybody's gonna freak out. Oh no!
And look, there's this romanticism that comes. I love watching CIA shows, right? And I think they're fun. They have to be funded by the CIA. I talked.
You like
I just
Lioness?
Recently saw Lioness, right?
Yeah, no, it's great.
And it's just so fucking cool. You're like, damn, that's something I would fucking, love to do. I mean, probably like if you're fucking in a foxhole, right, and you're getting bullets thrown at you, you're like, this isn't cool anymore. But like they make it seem so cool.
Oh, okay. So right? There was a comma between the fucking and the foxhole. Right, because the visual I got was like you're in a foxhole,
hey, listen,
banging it out, shots raining down on you, but time of your life.
I looked at it.
I'm not gonna look. I look at it the same way. If I'm in a foxhole getting shot at and the end is near, and my CIA counterpart's next door, I'm smashing, bro.
Yeah,
I'm going out. I'm going out literally with a bang.
What if it's Patty next to you?
I'm going out with a bang. I'm going out with a bang. Sorry, Patty.
Sorry, Patty. He's going to be banging Patty's munt.
But these two National Guard members, man, they didn't deserve this shit.
No, they definitely didn't.
And I think, and then it makes things worse, right? So like I always try to put myself in the shoes of like my political enemies, right? Like Antifa, right? If you're in the streets and there's a lineup of cops and they're all in like their fucking riot gear, and you throw a Molotov cocktail at them, and their buddy next to him gets like burned, and you go back to the locker room and like your buddy's in the hospital, that forms a bond between those officers, right?
Yeah.
And you actually make it worse for yourselves. You're actually increasing the police state at that point, because what you're doing is you're creating this brotherhood and you're creating this narrative.
Yeah,
It
she
doesn't
was a
help you.
20-year-old specialist.
Yeah.
She was 20 years old. There's absolutely no reason.
Yeah.
You know,
And
she was just walking
she died on Thanksgiving.
right. She was
parents
just
were there.
walking her post, man.
Yep.
Do we have
There's
a motive?
no reason. There's no reason at all.
Yeah,
that
jihad.
She should have been
So fucking
targeted.
But is it?
No.
Well, yeah, the
just-
jihad.
Well,
but
that just
did
goes
he
to show
say?
you that
Well,
these are fucking sleeper cells that were brought into this fucking country. This
By the
dude was
CIA.
brought into the this dude was brought into the country, and you know what? I honestly believe that this is what they want to lead up to a Black Swan event. This is their way of stoking the outrage so that people start actually doing something
It's
about
a
it.
Reichstag event.
Seems like
they-
some
so they
clandestine Cloward and Piven shit.
Yep. So they want to be able to institute martial law. I'm telling you right now. That's the only way Trump's going to be able to get rid of all of the fucking illegals in this fucking country, the way he needs to do it, and people aren't going to sign off on it. If we had something like 9/11 happen, everybody signed off on it after 9/11. Everybody was fucking so scared of the fucking color code system. Oh, we're at color red right now. We're in danger of imminent attack, and everybody's like, oh my god, the brown skinned people with the fucking suicide vests are gonna fucking attack us. It's the only way that he's gonna be able to do that, dude.
and
It's the only way that the American people are gonna sign off on it is if you have a Black Swan event like that.
yeah, and then like the people that are focusing on like one, right? They're like, oh, well, it's the Muslims. Oh, well, it's Jews. It's pretty
no, it
simple,
is
guys.
Muslims. Don't even start.
It's the foreigners, right?
Yeah,
It's the foreigners that their values are incompatible with American
Western
identity.
civilization.
Yeah.
Yes, and American exceptionalism. Correct.
Yeah, and I just
Like
I
all of
hate
Dearborn.
to see it. Look,
Dearborn needs to be nuked.
well, I want to get this point in for a second. So these influencers were Emily Saves America and a couple of the others. They went to Israel on a paid trip, right? And suddenly they go to Qatar on a paid trip, right? And you know where I'm going with this, right, Kim?
Yeah.
$7,000 Jew money.
And then you had Laura. Look, again, I have to say, look, I love Laura. Sometimes she hits the nail on the head, but she gets involved in her dramas so much that it makes her ineffective. But then she gets mad that these people went to Qatar, right? Where was that outrage when they went to Israel? It was non-existent, right?
No,
And
just
it all
more about
boils
how
down-
like, yeah, no, sorry,
Go
what
ahead,
were you
Kim.
saying?
Because
ahead, Kim.
she's a Zionist. Like,
Yeah,
that's-
I get it,
you
but like,
understand that.
but she
right?
doesn't. Here's the problem: that she doesn't openly. Like, I respect people that are be like, "Look, fuck you, I'm a Zionist." And that's
Doesn't she
good.
claim to be a Zionist?
I believe she does, but then she masks it by saying, "Well,
Well, she
it's-
says she's, I'm
it's
still
pro-America
America first.
policy to be against Qatar, but to be pro-Israel, right?" Which I've said it on the show. I'm not anti-Israel. I just think that I'm pro-America. You know, so you can't have it both ways. You can't be like, "Oh, they took in money from the from Qatar, but they also take money from Israel."
You know why? She gets money from Netanyahu. Everybody knows this.
I would
Everybody
assume
knows
it's
this.
possible, yes, and I think
Yeah,
it's very
well,
probable.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's yeah. We all know this. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
It's not Israel. It's the government of Israel. Is the
That's
yeah.
what
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
half
Yeah,
of the
it's
half of
anti-
the
Right, Rob.
I
You're
am
right.
anti-Israeli government,
um.
and
You-
so is my daughter, obviously.
Well, I have a hard time wrapping my head around why we send $38 billion to a place that's not bigger than New Jersey for what? Exactly.
80
Look, I'm all
billion.
for.
Isn't it
I'm
80
all
billion?
for paying. I'm all for paying for weapon systems, right? Because that's always the argument. I'm all for paying for new technologies.
But
But
I'm sure, yeah, I
but
honestly think that the money gets washed back and given back to us, and it's a big scam.
yeah,
I don't necessarily think, and I guess I understand your argument, but at the same time, um, it doesn't seem to benefit us at all, and especially if there genuinely is a Mossad link with Epstein and child trafficking, which there very well might be. We know who Robert Maxwell is, and we know who Ghislaine Maxwell is.
no.
So if we're protecting some sort of like international relation with a place that, quite frankly, traffics our children for the purposes of blackmail, and that's, like the hinging on, what America stands for, then like maybe we deserve to crumble. Like
Yeah.
if that, there are lines.
I put it on the title. I put it on the bio for the War Boys Studios. The War Boys Studios is the obituary of empires, right? Because we're seeing it. We're seeing it in real time, like just evolve into just straight garbage. You got to put the interests of your country first, like, and I think that's what Israel's doing, right? And I think that's kind of why they get that hate, right? Because they're putting the interests of their people first, right? And like, I don't hate them for trying to influence our government, right? Because that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do for your people, right? My hate really comes to the politicians that allow it to happen here, because
Yeah.
they shouldn't allow it to happen. Like,
Well, the worse, they take checks for allowing it to happen.
yes,
Yeah, they get personal incentives
Yeah.
for doing it.
And
We
then-
don't.
Yeah, and if they said no, then then Israel wouldn't have anybody to fucking influence.
Yeah.
If our representatives were doing what they were supposed to do and representing us and the will of the people that put them there in the fucking first place,
Yeah.
and they said no, we're not taking your money to influence us on the rules and the laws and the fucking bills that we write, then they wouldn't be able to do it. Yeah, you're right. You can't fault them for it. You fault our representatives.
yes,
Yeah, and I think
Amen.
essentially what you're saying is that, like, yeah, if you say no to Israel, your cell phone might explode when you put it up to your face. And I wish our government would do the same thing.
would do the same thing. So,
Well,
like,
I wish
you
I
can't
wish
hate
your cell
Israel
phone
for
would
putting Israel
explode.
first, but you can
Yeah.
hate the American government for not putting America first.
Right after
Patty, that
you-
was low hanging fruit, dude. It
Yeah,
really was.
seriously,
I
Patty.
really-
Patty, why don't you go to your restroom, get a tampon out of it, and put it up your butt again, and shut up?
Would it explode? Because that might be fun.
Dude, listen. At least Barry's creative with his fucking with his caps. I mean, dude,
Yeah, you
that was
guys,
just fucking
you guys
amazing.
were on a roll this weekend. Like every time my cell phone went into the reception,
Some of us
it
were
was-
on the roll.
It was like,
Yeah.
where I
well,
hate policing chats. I fucking hate it with a passion, and I had to go in there and be like, "Hey, shut the fuck up."
I think we had a good time.
Yeah,
And
I always have
that
a good
might
time in
be-
shit posting, but
That might be a good segue to Kim's topic about this ridiculous fight that we're going to actually have. So,
all right,
Kim,
let's talk about.
Is it my topic? I guess.
I think maybe.
I think it should be actually Patty. I think it should be your topic.
Yeah, I
You're
mean,
the
I
one that brought
definitely
it up.
had nothing to do with orchestrating that.
Yeah,
I mean, Patty could tell his side, but we all know what happened.
All right, Kim, go ahead.
I was watching it live.
Constructive conversation, kids.
Yes. Of course.
All right, we got
Go ahead,
about
Kim.
7 minutes, and I got Barry has a story. So let's
This is not a 7-minute story, but essentially everybody who is watching the panel knows this. There was the panel with Paul Miller and women propaganda, and Isabel Moody was supposed to be on, and Biggs was on, and Enrique was on, and Frankie Stocks, and Tim, and essentially, Enrique and Patty were both like, yeah, well, let's get Patty in here because that won't be horrible. And against my better judgment, especially after the debacle that happened when I hosted a conversation between him and Eric from Return to the Land, I just said, fine, you know what, at the very least we'll have fun, talking shit. The first thing this bitch does is he gets on and he talks to women propaganda Hayden, and he says, you know, you look like you don't get fucked. It wasn't like anything else. It wasn't like we were talking about white replacement. There's so many, especially for a libtard, there's so many places there where I know your talking points. You can come in and have the actual debate. But the first thing out of his mouth was just like, you look like you can't get fucked. And that quickly devolved into basically all of us.
Strange, because they look a lot alike.
I mean, I also know he's not. Anyway, I don't need to go into that further. But essentially, this resulted in us saying, you know, Patty, you should actually partake in the dialogue. It's one thing to name call or whatever. I don't give a fuck about that. I've had thick skin on this fucking show. The only other time I've ever called and said, "Hey, don't say that is a joke was made about my kids."
Thick on this show.
So, I was just then. I think Paul did say, "Okay, libtard," and then Patty took that as an excuse to say, "Well, why don't you're a pussy? Why don't you go fuck your dead mother?"
Yes.
So.
Yes, I did.
So, and listen, Patty's an asshole, so I gave him the out. I gave him many an out to be like, hey, I'm just being a dick. I'm just dicking around. We dick around on the Warboy Studio. If your mother is actually dead, I'm my bad. It turns out it's not only that his mother is dead. His mother died of brain cancer while he was locked in prison unjustly. So, not fucking cool. And that, like, I don't ever ask you to reel it back. I didn't ask you to reel it back when you said, hey, don't look like you couldn't fuck. I just said you were a prick. I was like, hey, this is shitty. Don't do that. That's the one, like, everybody's got one thing, or at least one thing. And it's like, just be a decent human being. I contacted Patty about it after. It didn't help. And then Patty released a video about it the next day after saying he wasn't going to talk about it. Shocker. And then that devolved, and I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to say anything about it until after the holidays. And then Patty in our War Boys chat, which I still think we should monetize, by the way. There are plenty of people that would pay for these chats. But anyway, Patty said something to somebody about being a tough guy, and I was like, speaking of tough guy, you fucking pussy, when are you going to fight Paul Miller? And then that quickly devolved into, oh, well, I was never going to do it. Meanwhile, I have the receipt of the day, not the day after Sunday, but Monday on my show. I was talking about how I'd love to see that fight happen because Paul wanted to fight him as soon as that happened.
Well, now it's going to happen.
And then Patty texted me like, yeah, set it up, fat ass. So I was like, all right. In my text, I did this for a reason. I said, remember, you're the one who asked me for this. Yeah, and he was like, yeah, whatever.
So
flash forward again, so he's like, oh, it was a joke. Like, when men come up into each other in real life and say, you're a pussy, I'm going to fight you, that doesn't result in a fight. That never happens.
Hey, Enrique, can I say something real quick before Patty does? I got to get this in because I actually got to bail. Kim,
okay.
First of all, can you figure out how to turn your microphone down? It is
super overdriven.
Whoa,
oh, I will just speak softer. It's literally right in my ear.
Kim,
voice is distorting.
If you sounded like that in real life when I meet you in person, I'm gonna shoot myself in the fucking head. You've never met Kim in
person? When Rob
I'm gonna do my best to sound like that in real life now.
And I'm not. And I want to try to say this in a way that it doesn't sound like I'm shitting on Patty. But the truth is the truth. Listen, dude. I need you to understand that some of the worst of society in most people's minds is our 1% MC guys, okay? Even to those guys who have no problem killing somebody, selling drugs, beating the shit out of people with baseball bats and chains and having shootouts in the middle of fucking Providence, you know who they are, okay? You know who I'm talking about. That shit happens all the time. These people are looked at as the literal dregs of society. Even to those guys, dead parents and children are fucking off limits, dude.
Well, wait.
You made yourself lower than a fucking 1% MC by saying "go fuck your dead mother"? That is even
No.
beyond the pale for
Wait, I
guys
don't-
like 1%ers,
I don't
dude.
think he said that.
He
Yes,
did,
he
but
did.
Literally did.
here's what I mean. I'm gonna have to come to Patty's defense and Gypsy Crusader's defense here, because I don't think Gypsy Crusader ever had a problem and it was advocating that Patty should walk it back or that it was wrong. I think Gypsy Crusader said, "I don't like what you said, and I'm gonna fucking punch your fucking face in for it." All right. On the same hand, and that's fine. But when you can say whatever you want, but there will be consequences. Now, the point that you're arguing, if you're going to sit there and tell Patty that something is off limits, right? When we're supposed to, when we're a free speech advocate shit, when people get up here and like, oh, I have my show and I can say whatever I want. When we're talking about Gypsy Crusader, okay, I lost my camera. She's fired. And so
you're frozen, dude.
Okay, but you can hear me, right?
You could hear it.
Yeah.
All right, so
audio's routing through.
It's choppy though. It's choppy. It's really
Jesus
fucking
Christ. Yeah, I know we've having technical difficulties here. So one thing I will say is I don't think Gypsy Crusader ever even advocated that Patty should apologize or shouldn't have said what he said. Gypsy Crusader, as far as free speech goes, this guy is killing the fucking game. I mean, come on. Nothing's off.
Can I respond to that? Because I agree.
Hold on, Kim. Before you respond, I'm bringing Reno in. I didn't notice you were in the green room, Reno.
So, but to sit here and tell Patty, which I don't even think Gypsy Crusader is doing, is that something is off limits on the Warboy Studios. That's some faggot shit.
Said that.
Yeah, I know that. But
He never said that, and I'm not saying that.
Shut up, Kim.
I'm just shut up.
Your mic's too loud. You sound raspy as shit. I never said that Gypsy Crusader said that.
Breaking up.
I never said that Gypsy Crusader said that. I'm advocating that he did not say that, and I don't think we should even say that he did. What I'm saying is that
I didn't say that either.
Well, you're saying to Patty that he crossed the line and all that shit. You made it like that's. I mean, your logo is fucking life is tough, man up and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now we're talking about words hurting family. You know, hurting feelings. Either you're free speech all the way, or you're a part-time motherfucker. Like that's how we're gonna do it here. But but no, I don't think Gypsy Crusader ever wanted Patty to apologize. He just wants to punch his fucking skull.
Yeah, I agree with that. And the reason that I extended that to Patty in the first place wasn't because I'm not interested in free speech, but because like I've been the mediator between these kinds of people before. I'm literally the reason that Paul and Tim even stayed friends before Paul got supposedly radicalized. Like I didn't want Paul to want to break Patty's face. So I was like, hey, maybe if you like reel it back, because I know who Paul is. And when Paul says, oh, I'm a pussy and you want to fight me, all right, bet, I'll do it for free. That's not an ideal, I don't think. And I didn't want that to result. So you dug your grave and you're going to lay in it, and that's your own stupid fault. And like I said, I'm not...
Where is this supposed to go down, Kim, and when?
I'm still figuring. I'm trying to find a place.
But
we got to figure out waivers.
Gypsy Crusader is a real fighter. He's really trained, and I bet you this, because he's not, let's call him an urban ghetto youth. I can guarantee you, if he walked up to Patty and Patty didn't want to fight, I don't think he would just beat the living crap out of him. I don't think he would.
No, that's why he wants to do a regulation fight.
Yeah, I think that's where he's.
He wants to get into a ring with proper rules, and he wants to fucking kick your head.
Patty said yes. Patty said yes.
And Patty said yes. And Patty, not only did Patty say yes multiple times, even.
Oh my God, we got to get her.
But he said, set it up. So the idea that like it was never like, oh, it was always a joke, I never meant it. Like, okay, sure.
No. We're going to do this.
We're gonna do it now. I mean, we bullied you into it.
Bullied you into
Yeah,
it.
ain't no walking.
Do you want to know why?
I actually, when you're done, let me chime in. But go ahead, Patty.
Okay. The reason we're going to do this is because it'll be fun in the first place, and you're all going to have to eat your words. Now, Paul is.
That's a bold statement.
He's a professional fighter. He's a tough guy. He's almost certainly going to knock my head into the 15th row, right? But he's going to get something he's not ready for it, right? I'm probably gonna lose.
You gonna try to fuck him?
But he's not gonna like what happens during the fight. And I'm telling you that this is going to be an experience he's going to regret. So
Sounds like you're threatening to rape him.
You can.
He's gonna check his oil.
I don't think it's gonna last long enough for you to do something.
Hey,
it's gonna be hard to do anything if you're unconscious.
All I can say is fuck around and find out.
Okay.
That's what's going
I can't wait to play the footage of you getting your ass kicked and just playing that clip at the end.
Can you give me
my ass kicked?
Can
but
you give me that?
It's not going to be the way that you think it's going to go.
Hey, Patty, can you give me that? Can you give me that Fafo line one more time?
If you fuck around, you'll find out.
I always wanted to fight Mike Tyson.
You know exactly what to do with that.
But then I remember,
well, actually, Terry.
fucking be in a wheelchair.
Yeah. So I have reached out to Paul. I reached out to him on Friday to bring him on as a guest on the NBLE podcast. He's an interesting person because everybody that's in his, I'm gonna address this like it's a business. Everybody that's in his field has some type of monetary gain or gain of clout. You know, everybody has something. He doesn't. You know, he fucking puts his phone on. No professional audio. None of that. He just, I think truly he believes in that, and that's why I respect the guy. Right? You could be like, look, I completely disagree with his views, and I think this isn't shocking coming from me, but I believe he's in a very important voice, right? Because he pushes that envelope, right, of free speech to the very, very, very limit. And I think I respect that in a way that I respect Patty for holding his, his values across it. You might disagree with those values.
Yeah.
But he has them and they're there. That's why I think Paul is a very interesting character. And his backstory, his origin story, right? Because it's like the Joker, right? His origin story is so fucking crazy because he was more normie than I was back in 2016, 2017.
Dude, like literally my husband Tim and Paul, you almost got into a fight that ended their friendship because Paul was telling Tim that he was too extreme.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's who Paul was. Like that was not even a decade ago. Like that was
what's Paul's walk up song gonna be?
Yeah.
Dude, I just think his presence is gonna be enough. I don't think he needs any of the bells and
walk up song. Like what's his walk up song? What do you guys think his walk up song?
Come on.
I think he's just gonna play some psycho shit, come out there and fucking be like total It from Stephen King film and eat his face off his head.
Yeah, Paul's like the right shot.
Whatever you could goose step to, I think that's what he's gonna walk in.
What do you think?
He's gonna walk out to Erica.
Yeah.
What do you think mine should be? Come on.
Do us.
Fucking Pink Pony Club.
It's Raining Men. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, that one.
I can tell you what it is.
If you like pina coladas.
What would be your walk-in song, Patty?
Me So Horny.
Listen.
This is building up to something weird.
I always knew you were a faggot.
I respect anybody that's Two Live Cruise this shit.
Yeah, Miami born, baby.
Yeah, Miami born, baby. All right, let's get to this last story. We've gone over a little bit. I'll let you lead with Broward.
Yeah, you got a picture of her to pull up real quick?
Oh shit! You
dropping the fucking ball. You know what?
No, because I asked you if you sent me a link.
This is not a professional establishment, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think we've ever tried to pitch that it was.
I don't think there's any need to announce that after the talk we just had.
Yeah, I mean, and fuck you and all your Thanksgiving talk. Everyone. Mine was great, by the way. All right, so we got Broward County's back on the map. For those of you that don't know out there where Broward County is in southern Florida, just above Dade County, which is Miami. Broward County hosts the famous city known as Fort Lauderdale. And one thing that Broward County is not short of is liberal Democrats. It's actually one of the last liberal Democrat strongholds here in the state of Florida. I think you could say that, right?
I got it up on the screen.
So here we go. Just recently, I think we grazed over it. Sheila McCormick, she's a Democrat woman, black, and she just got in trouble for stealing $5 million in FEMA money, which she is accused of funneling into her own campaign. Rest assured that this story is going to branch out bigger. Make no mistake about it. The Broward County Democrat Party is run like the fucking mafia, and it consists of majority black women. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I'm just stating facts. But nonetheless, the Democrat Party of Broward County is extremely corrupt, and her campaign manager has grazed the campaigns of several other Democrats that are currently holding office, everything from judges to district attorneys to other elected officials throughout the whole county. And so I guarantee you this is going to be the tip of the iceberg. I think people just recently got aware that Broward County is now under a Doge audit. And I assure you, they're going to find some serious shit. Broward County, under the election advisor Brenda Snipes, had some very funny shit in the 2020 election as well. So I think this is going to be the tip of the iceberg for Broward County Democrats, and that is a stronghold for their party. So I'm really looking forward to hopes that this gets done. Enrique, I think we should show up to her arraignments.
I think we're going to cover her, at least her arraignment, and maybe if she decides stupidly to go to trial, because nobody should go to trial against the feds when it's when there's this when it's a white collar crime. There's a paper trail.
Yeah,
it's not a good idea.
No,
it's not a good idea. And I don't care. Like, her only roll of the dice is if she finds an ultra liberal member of the jury, which would cause a hung jury. That's
I think you're right. But what I think what's going to happen here is she's going to flip. She's got bigger fish in Broward County. She's a small plate of potatoes. There is judges up there. There is if Doge and the federal government really do their job in this investigation, like they did to so many of us, overbearingly so, I think that they could turn this into a positive thing for the American people. Because Broward County, Florida, mark my words, is one of the most corrupt counties in our country.
Yeah. So
I can't believe anybody was asking questions.
Well, that's the thing is it's so nepotized and family friend, brought into the positions and favoritism that the investigators of Broward County, it is a Democrat mob ran by black women. And it's bad. And she's going to flip. She's going to flip.
I gotta actually on this. I gotta talk to my brother here, Patty. Patty, as a
black woman,
as a lover of my women of color, me and you share that, brother.
Ugh.
And can you give me a rate on this one, Patty? A 1 through 10?
Or are you going 1 through 10?
Yeah,
7.
Oh my God! Remember when I said he'll suck a dick to prove he's tolerant towards homosexuals?
You don't think she's attractive?
I don't say she's a 7.
What do you say she is?
What do you go, Barry?
If she got a nose job,
if your wife wasn't watching this show,
if she got me and my wife can have these conversations.
Barry, you don't have a wife. She's a fiance.
Homie, let me first of all, let me tell you something. First of all, in the state of Florida is legal marriage, and second of all, there is not many men on the planet that have the bond me and that woman have, and I wish that for my
she would
enemies.
find a man that had that bond with her. So what would you rate? What would you rate? What's her name again?
With that nose, and no, it's not as is a fucking a 3.1,
3.1,
a 2.9.
Barry, the chances of you
those are dentures. She has dentures. Those are dentures.
0.0.
Patty,
those are real teeth.
Oh,
Patty,
no.
Patty, let me explain something to you, buddy.
I'm
a confident, good-looking white dude that grew up in Miami that don't give a fuck about a bitch. I have no problem getting pussy. That's why I have a great wife that is committed to me. Shut up, son. You skinny, malnourished little beta.
Okay. I'm saying.
Let's get some better pictures here. So
I usually can get a girl just by telling her I want nothing to do with her.
Yeah, but you do it in an ice cream truck, which is weird.
When did that happen?
I'm just saying.
I wish I was there for that.
You got a duck.
No, I don't. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna go and
here.
I'm very picky with black chicks. I've dated 2 like that were serious girlfriends. Okay, don't judge me. I already have. And no, I probably wouldn't do it again, but nonetheless, I'm very picky with them. I'm very picky with
Why
them.
can't I share this?
He said,
screen?
at least I got candy.
Oh, okay.
They were both adopted by white people. I don't know if that meant something. I'm just stating the facts.
All right, brother. Hey,
Oh yeah.
what's up, brother Rob? What's up, brother Rob? Let me know. Let a nigga know.
Yeah.
Give me a number, Rob. Is Rob still with us?
No, Rob is not with us.
Oh, he's offline. Oh, let me take it.
Oh, look at
Brother Reno. Let me know here, brother.
She just looks like a dumbass.
Give me a.
Oh my god, dude! I would.
What's up with the colors, though? What's up always? Like, why does it have to be like these exotic colors?
Well, let me ask you a question. What is pink, purple, yellow, green, blue, orange, and bright red?
Letitia James.
Going to church on a Mississippi Sunday. You damn right, baby. Woo!
She doesn't even have a church crown.
I wouldn't touch that with your dick, dude.
All right.
And that's saying a lot.
Kim, give me a number.
Do I have to?
Give me a number, honey.
Like 2.
2.
Like a 2 or a 3. I don't know. I don't like women, but if you had to, no.
What is Holly Berry?
I think she's half white, so she's half normal.
But like now or in her prime?
In her prime.
Holly Berry in her prime.
I would say she's in her prime. I'd say a good 8, 9, 9.5.
You'd give her that high?
I'd give her that high in her prime. Yeah.
I just am not attracted to black people.
I'm very picky.
Oh, well.
Great.
My dating record speaks for itself. I'm sorry. I don't know. Have you seen my husband?
So we're devolving here.
I'm not trying to be racist. It's just the truth.
No. I'm saying this entire topic right here after Barry gave the news, where I came and I steamrolled it, has devolved completely. So today is Cyber Monday. For Black Friday, we got this new hat. Let me full screen it really quick. We got this new MAGA hat. It has it's MLB inspired. It's got that natural. The picture doesn't really show it. It's got like this khaki and black, and it has the 45, 47 on the side. It's on the site. It's on sale now. It's $10 off. This hat we build it right here in the studio with love. This hat, in order to get it to a finished state, takes about an hour. So know that you're going to buy something that was built with love, and something that is very high quality. And all my screens just went up. All my screens, every single one. What just happened?
I have no idea what that.
We're looking at a close up of the hat. That's what's happening.
Okay. Yeah. Wait. No. We just lost power completely.
I don't know if you know this or that your screens.
Were you seeing that?
Make that.
Is it? You still got your screen up? Let me see.
But it's upside down.
Sorry, I gotta change screens here for a second. Sorry.
I don't know if you knew that it was upside down.
No, the hat
it was upside down.
Intentionally upside down.
Oh.
The hat is intentionally upside down.
Why?
It's hard to say.
Patty, why do it keeps changing? I can't control this. Great. Okay, so that will probably conclude this show because I cannot
keep God.
Dude, what the fuck? Okay, you know what? Let's do this. This might save us. Okay. Yeah, this saved us. It's fucking no, it didn't save us. Jesus Christ. Anybody got producer fucking rights right now?
I'm on link. Everybody go buy Enrique's upside down MAGA hat.
1776.shop.
That was actually a good promo right there. I kind of like that.
All right.
The hat's supposed to be upside down.
Yeah, Patty, we established that.
I'm going
already.
outro.
Jesus Christ.
Thank you for watching.
Love you guys.
guns and bring your friends. It's fun to lose and to pretend she's overboard and self-assured. Oh no, I know a dirty word. Hello.
Prosecutor said Ethan Nordine was the undisputed leader of the group that day as they tried to prevent the peaceful transfer of power.
And FBI agents arrested Proud Boys former national chairman Enrique Tarrio at this home in Miami. By 2 this afternoon, he was in federal court.
Here we are now.